Incidents like the one you're about to see can and do happen. As you watch this short clip, ask yourself, could this happen on my ship? Three crew members tragically lost their lives after entering a cargo hold loaded with scrap metal. Prior to arrival at the load port, welding was carried out inside one of the cargo holds. On completion of the work, the hatch was closed and secured, but the welding equipment had been mistakenly left inside. Some days later, while the ship was still at sea, the engine crew realized the mistake. Consequently, the chief engineer decided to retrieve the welding equipment from the hold. He notified the bosun, who advised caution and suggested obtaining approval from the watch officer on the bridge or the captain. In his statement, the bosun said he remembered seeing the fitter opening the access hatch to the hold and preparing to enter, but having raised his concerns with the chief engineer, chose not to intervene. The chief engineer asked the fitter and motorman to accompany him to retrieve the welding equipment, and all three entered the hold without notifying the bridge. Later that day, after finishing work on deck, the bosun inquired if anyone had seen the chief engineer or the fitter. Fearing the worst, the bosun went back on deck and, with the use of a torch, attempted to locate the missing men inside the hold. The bosun descended 6 rungs of the vertical ladder, but quickly exited as soon as he saw the missing men lying unconscious inside the hold. The alarm was raised, and enclosed space rescue was conducted by crew using self-contained breathing apparatus. Tragically, due to asphyxiation, none of the 3 men regained consciousness. So what went wrong? 1. No one informed the captain or the bridge. 2. No ventilation was provided to the space before or during the entry. 3. The atmosphere inside the cargo hold was not tested prior to entry, and no one wore a personal gas monitor. 4. Enclosed space entry procedures, including risk assessment, work permit, and toolbox talk, were not followed before entering the hold. 5. None of the crew present thought it necessary to activate the company's stop work policy. Behavioral and cultural lessons. The hazards associated with scrap metal and the potential for oxygen depletion were underestimated or not fully understood. Company procedures did not ensure the removal of tools and equipment before access was secured. The crew exhibited complacency towards the risks, normalizing unsafe practices and treating the enclosed space entry as just a quick job. Junior crew members were hesitant to challenge unsafe decisions made by senior officers. The Stop Work Authority was not actively utilized, despite its existence within the company's safety management system. There was a lack of collective responsibility among crew members to enforce safety procedures. Communication among the team was weak and uncoordinated during critical moments. There were no warning signs or physical barriers in place to prevent unauthorized access to enclosed spaces. Despite knowing the risks, the bosun's instinctive actions could have resulted in him becoming the 4th casualty. Now that you have seen this video, ask yourself these questions. What are the specific procedures on board your ship for entering enclosed spaces? Do these procedures comply with the latest IMO requirements for enclosed space entry aboard ships? are all enclosed spaces, including connected and adjacent spaces, identified in the ship's enclosed space register? Are these spaces adequately marked and equipped with physical barriers to prevent unauthorized entry? How many gas detectors are available on the vessel? Are these suitable and capable of detecting the hazardous gases that may be emitted by the cargo? How frequently are enclosed space entry and rescue drills conducted on board your vessels? Are these drills realistic and effective? What is the process for issuing and responding to a stop work order according to company procedures? Would you feel confident to intervene and issue this order when you see an unsafe act or condition? When was the last time the stop work order was issued on board your ship? What would you have done if you were in the position of the bosun in this case study? Thank you for watching this learning video. For more training and advisory resources, visit www.ukpandi.com.